Hello everyone, welcome to Dr. Lokumar's English class. Today I'll discuss poetic devices. As far as exam point of view is concerned, you will be given an extract from a poem and you will be asked to identify the poetic device. You must write the name of the poetic device. Otherwise, you will lose marks. So if you listen to my class, you will not lose your marks, I hope. So today I am discussing 10 important poetic devices. The first one is simile. Simile is comparison of two objects. Something is compared to something else. For example, he fought like a lion. Another example, she is as beautiful as rose. In simile, you can find like, as and so to compare one thing to another thing. And the second one is metaphor. In metaphor is also a simile. It is an implied simile. In metaphor, you cannot find like, as and so. For example, he was a lion in the battle. In simile, we said he fought like a lion in the battle. But when it comes to metaphor, we are saying he was a lion in the battle. I hope I am clear. You understand the difference between simile and metaphor. In simile, you can see like, as and so. In metaphor, you don't come across like, as and so. That is the difference between simile and metaphor. The third one is alliteration. Repetition of same sound alphabet and consonant sound. That is alliteration. Repetition of same sound consonant is alliteration. For example, willow, weed. Here, the word W is repeated. The alphabet W is repeated. And here, fairy foam. The alphabet F is repeated. Willow, weed, fairy foam. They produce the same sound. The next one is personification. Inanimate objects are spoken as if they have life. Human feelings, human emotions are attributed to non-living things. That is known as personification. For example, opportunity knocks at the door. Opportunity doesn't have life. It cannot knock at the door. But we poets say like that. Opportunity knocks at the door. Poets say in their poems. That is poetic language. Writer's language. Another example, mirror swallows its images. Mirror doesn't have life. It cannot swallow images. But poets, they say, mirror swallows images. Alright? The next one is hyperbole. Hyperbole is exaggeration. Saying something more than necessary. For example, you called your friend 5 times or 10 times over mobile, but he did not respond. When you meet him next time, you say, I called you more than 100 times, you did not respond. You are exaggerating the things. You are saying more than necessary. Another example is here. I explained the sum 100 times. Your teacher or maths teacher will say like this, I explained the sum 100 times, but you did not understand. He might have explained you 5 times or 10 times maximum. But he would say, I explained the sum more than 100 times, but you fail to understand. So that is hyperbole. The next one is imagery. Imagery is creation of picture in the mind. Creation of picture in the mind. For example, when you come across a word while reading, see beach, then immediately that beach picture will come to your mind. It is a reflection of visual. That is known as imagery. The next one is onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia is producing the same sound. For example, snake. Snake sound is hissing. Hissing of snake. The word hiss is onomatopoeia. The bow bow of dog. Bow bow is onomatopoeia. Here is another example. The frog croaked in Bengal bog. Croaking is frog's sound. The word is similar to the sound produced by the object, thing or the creature. That is onomatopoeia. The next one, synecdoche. Synecdoche is nothing but saying whole for the part or part for the whole. Saying part for the whole or whole for the part. For example, in my family, there are 3 persons who depend on me. Instead of saying there are 3 dependents in my family, I say like this. I have 3 mouths to feed. So instead of saying 3 persons, 3 dependents, I am using the word mouths. I have 3 mouths to feed. That is known as synecdoche. Hope I am clear. Coming to the next one, irony. It is a way of speaking that shows you are joking, or sometimes that you mean the opposite of what you are saying. For example, the student was given excellent on getting 0 in the exam. I repeat, the student was given excellent on getting 0 in the exam. So, this way of saying is ironical. Coming to the last one, oxymoron. In oxymoron, 2 opposite ideas are used. 2 opposite ideas are put together in one sentence. For example, he is the wisest fool of all. He is the wisest fool of all. Another example I would like to give you. She is very kind, cruel lady. Kind and cruel. Both are exactly opposite. So, 2 opposite ideas, if they are used in one word, about one person, about one subject, about one speaker, then we say it is oxymoron. Hope you all understood all these 10 poetic devices, which are very, very important. I will give you some more examples of these 10 poetic devices. With that, definitely you will understand fully. Some more examples of poetic devices. The first one, simile. Simile is used to compare something to something else by using like, as or so. Examples. The street pole stood like a giant. Second example, she had a smile like the sun. Now metaphor. Metaphor is an implied simile. This is also used to compare between 2 objects without using like, as or so. Examples, time is money. Second example, my dad is a god. Third one, alliteration. Alliteration is usage of same sound alphabet in the beginning of words in a line of a poem that are close together. Examples. Here are two examples. The first one is, the gracious green grass grew quickly. You can see the letter G is there in the beginning of all these four words: gracious, green, grass, grew. The second one, Peter Piper picked a peck of papers. In all the words, the letter P is there, and this P is producing the same sound. Here G is producing the same sound. So this is alliteration. Now coming to hyperbole. Hyperbole is used to exaggerate or emphasize the situation. Example, I am so hungry and I could eat a horse. The second example, I saw 10,000 at a glance. The next one is personification. Personification is nothing but human emotions or feelings are attributed to non-living things. Inanimate objects are spoken as if they have life. Example, the wind howled in the night. And the second example is, lightning danced across the sky. The next one is onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia is a word that sounds like the sound of the object it is describing. That is onomatopoeia. Example, the snake hissed his forked tongue. The snake hissed his forked tongue. Second example, the wolves howled at the moon. Coming to the next one, synecdoche. Synecdoche is a part of something which is used to refer to the whole, and sometimes whole to the part. That is synecdoche. Example, writing is my bread and butter. Second example, I have got 4 wheels. 4 wheels means here car. The next one is oxymoron. Oxymoron is using two opposite ideas in the same sentence which create an effect. Two opposite ideas are put together to create an effect. That is oxymoron. Example, modern dancing is so old-fashioned. Second example, life is bittersweet. You can see two opposite ideas, bitter, sweet. Here, modern, old. Coming to the next one, imagery. Imagery is creation of picture in the mind. It is a visual that is created in the mind. That is imagery. For example, the winter evening settles down. The winter evening settles down. When we say the winter evening, definitely the picture, that visual winter evening, that comes to mind, that strikes in the mind. The second one, the beach flooded with water. When you come across this sentence, when you come across while reading, immediately the picture of beach which is flooded with water, that comes to your mind. This is imagery. Hope you all understood all these poetic devices which are very important, and we shall meet in the next class. Till then, bye.